Morgans, Morgans, Morgans. And today, that's actually a two-sided coin. See how I did that? We have the modern issues, the 2021s, 2023s, 2024s, and then we have the vintage, the 100-plus-year-old coins that started the trend in the first place. Well, tonight we're going back in our time capsule 120 years to the only Southern mint, New Orleans, and two beautiful, beautiful New Orleans minted coins. But the most important thing you're going to see very quickly here is quality and price. Perfect. These are just random coins taken out of a couple of the rolls we purchased of these two special years, 1900, the turn of the century, and 1901, back-to-back years. Now, the Morgan dollar struck 28 years, 27 consecutive. They started in 1878, they went to 1904, and then while they were deciding on the design for the peace dollar in 1921, they struck the Morgan dollar one more time. The New Orleans mint is one of those crazy mints inside of the story. So the silver came from the Comstock lode, the largest silver find ever. Philadelphia, San Francisco were the two mints in existence at that time, striking coins. We just opened up the Carson City Mint about a decade earlier. But during the Civil War, we closed the New Orleans Mint. And it never reopened until we needed it. And we needed it in 1879 to help with production. Because at that time in history, we had a population on the East Coast, the largest, a population on the West Coast growing, but a good number of people were right in the southern part of the Midwest. Because it was the easiest way to get across this great land of ours. The Oregon Trail, etc. The gold rush of 1849, and then the silver rush of the Comstock lode, Virginia City, Nevada, all happening in the middle of the 1800s, leading to the most beautiful and our most famous coin of all time, the largest silver dollar ever in circulation, the Morgan dollar. Now, New Orleans struck only 26 years, the Morgan dollar. They closed their doors for good in 1909, and they were replaced by the Denver Mint we still see today. So the last New Orleans minted Morgan is 1904. You might have heard me talk about that before. So tonight we're looking at two of the later date silver dollars ever struck by that mint. Has anybody just zoned in on the price like I mentioned 3-4 minutes ago? Or tonight, for a New Orleans minted uncirculated, we are at $69.95. Rocking it. Our regular issue price is $79 to $89. Those are our prices. But we talked about earlier this evening how we have specials in every single hour. It's kind of like a reward for being with us at this particular time. And we thank you for that. We'd love to do some business. So they pick indiscriminately products from every hour, and we have 6 to 7 items plus every hour. They pick one and they just all of a sudden alter the pricing structure for tonight only. And voila, there you have it. Now, did you just see that one reverse with that yellowish tint? You can tell how these were stored. As you can tell, these come from original rolls, gorgeous rolls. The outer edge, right? Silver is porous. Humidity in the air, right? If they're not stored properly, and then they're wrapped usually in what? A vanilla-like paper, right? Usually a yellowish color. The color comes off of the paper onto the coin, and it usually wraps around the outer rim. Beautiful, what they call toning in the industry. Some of them are, well, if they're folded paper on the fronts and back, you'll see a beautiful yellowish look on one side and a blast white silver look on the other. All that does is prove the originality of these coins. It's the best of the best, and that's where these all coins come from. So the other fun part is, let's just talk about these coins globally. We talked about price. our price, and now tonight our price is $10 to $20 lower than our normal prices. That's beating up ourselves. But how about we talk about my competition today? Where are they on these two beautiful late date New Orleans minted Morgan dollars? Both of them that we found that have them in stock and they're gorgeous uncirculated coins like the ones you're seeing are north of double our price. 69, 70 times 2 is 140. They're all north of 140. We're half their price, all their quality, and all their originality. Here's also another little piece of insight on the Morgan Dollars series. Those of you that have been with me on a coin show before, I love the numbers inside of the numbers. Right, mintage figures is a way we look at coins. How many were made versus how few are being made, right? But over time, unless you're in the marketplace, you sometimes can be fooled by that. Surviving coins is different than how many were made. Then about 40 years ago, you have NGC and PCGS coming to the table. Independent certification helps keep everything honest. It's a wonderful thing. We all have our opinions, but it's a wonderful thing to aid collectors. Well, they keep track of every coin they see. So now that we're 40 years removed, we have a second set of data, what they call population reports. And if you look at the earlier New Orleans minted coins, the 83s, 4s, 5s, 82s, etc., you're going to see that NGC and PCGS combined have seen about 300 to 400,000 coins out of that 10, 12 million made, which is a small number. However, when you get to these later dates, the number's different. We're at 111,000 on the 1900 and only 88,000 on the 01. Those numbers are significant. Why? Well, remember the Pittman Act in 1918 helping the English out in India? The whole issue there was melting Morgans. What did we melt? The latter years. Guys, I've been blowing through the stop signs. Give me a 30-second clock, please. Thank you all. Sometimes I get a little bit more excited than I should, I guess, on these pieces. But the mintages are comparable. The rarity factor, which is the populations of what we've seen in the last 40 years, tells us a different story. So not only are they priced like all the others, they are 4 times rarer, period. So when I have the opportunity to get coins for the same price and have the rarer coins be in the picture, I buy the rarer coins. That's this deal tonight. Thanks for listening, but it is time for me to be moving on.